Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome to Head First, the first TV show, first podcast that we're going to call Head First. Everything's going to be done on one take, so you're going to have to deal with the errors, you're going to get to laugh at the errors, you're going to get to laugh at us. Okay? This is a preseason, pre-podcast. My partner, Phil Magnet, is not here today. I'm just doing this as a test run. I'm going to check out the flip cam on Sunday when we're all at the batting cage. We're going to do a first tandem podcast. The Head First show is going to have a segment called Redo with Phil and Drew. We're going to recap every tournament. We're going to recap everything that is going on with softball and with us so far. Just some quick highlights. We have about 15 tournaments scheduled this year. We're anticipating big things. We will really want to thank, first and foremost, Bolt Athletic as our major sponsor this year. They really came correct for us. They have supplied us with a ton of information, a great partnership. We really look forward to working with Paul and Cedar down in Bolt Athletics, Columbia, Maryland. I will add the URL to this webcast podcast, but it's www.boltathletics.com. Okay, and just tell them Drew or Phil sent you. All right, moving on. I thought it would be in good taste today to discuss top 5 bats top 5 bat companies. Paul or Cedar actually had that on their Facebook page. They tweeted about it the other day. What people thought about the Anderson Bat Company, and my response was Anderson's not even in the top 5 here on Long Island. Matter of fact, I could probably count on one hand how many Anderson bats have been used in the last 2 years. Okay, so maybe there is a West Coast bias, something I'm not familiar with, but maybe Paul or Cedar can come up with a rebuke on a video and see what we can come up with. Okay, top 5 bat company for me. Obviously, number 1, near and dear to my heart, is Mikan. I've swung the OG Freaks now for the last 4 years. For my money, nothing better. I'll just leave it that way. Okay, Mikan is, or at least the Mikan Freak line is an unbelievable line. Moving on from there, Worth. Now I've seen a ton of people in the last year and a half, 18 months, really start purchasing Worth over Mikan. There's a few reasons for that. Most of the price tags on the Worths are, $189 to $220, where Mikan's $3 plus in some cases, just for a bat. So personally, I own the BJ Folk, which has gotten rave reviews in 2009. Their Mayhem line is insane, starting with the Booger, the Green Mayhem line, which is a U-Trip allowed bat, and even their Mutant. Some of the sticks I've seen with the Mutants have been pretty strong. It seems like a really decent bat. Moving on from Worth is Easton. Easton's been in the game a long time. Easton has their Synergy line and their Stealth line. Sometimes their products are hit and miss, but for the most part, when the Synergies came out, right when the Mikan Freak came out, both of those bats were absolutely ridiculous. So look forward to see some things from Easton to get them back in the top 2. I don't know if it'll happen, but we'll see. Number 4, and a surprise number 4 for me, and only because in the last 2 years they've really have come out with their antivirus line, and it actually started with the B1 Bomb bat from Combat. Combat has really surged onto the game. I think a lot of that has to do with the quick break-in time for Combats, but with the quick break-in time comes a quick shelf life too. So, you get what you pay for. You're playing with the devil there. You can get 150, 300, 400, 500 swings out of it. As compared to my Worth or my Freak that have well over 1,500, 2,000 swings on the OG Freaks, and they're still going. So, Combat's durability issues, it is what it is, but you do know what you're paying for when you buy it, so it should not be a surprise to anyone. Okay, and 5th, I have a tie for 5th, Louisville Slugger and DeMarini, both really solid bats. I have a teammate of mine who swings a Nexus, the actual original Nexus, and the bat is unbelievably open, and it's just it's a ridiculous bat, and it's a very durable bat. Their Catalyst line was pretty good. Their Nexus line was a really above average, and now their Triton line seems a little stiff out of the wrapper, the Tritons, but once you open them up, very similar to the Nexus. DeMarini, if you play co-ed and you're not allowed composites, which is where my co-ed experience was, Ultimate Weapon, I even swung a DeMarini Fat Boy for a while, all really great solid bats. If you're in a ball compression league where you can only swing, SB, you're only using SB12s as a ball of choice or a clincher, their 375 bat is unbelievable. It's made for bats with 375 pounds of compression. You hear unbelievable things with that bat in terms of lower compression balls. Also, if you can get your hands on a white steel, I've never swung one, but I've heard, again, great things on a white steel. They have some composites. They have that half and half technology with the F2, F3, even their full composites with the One and the Juggernaut, the OTC. Again, DeMarini is a very solid company. And I'll even talk about Anderson, I guess, for a quick second here. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe it's, the first domino really hasn't fallen here for Anderson, but there is no market for Anderson in Long Island right now. Very few and far between. We're all composite heroes. If anyone tells you they're not a composite hero, someone that swings a composite bat, they're full of it. I'll be honest with you. Okay, the difference is the people that decide they want to swing a composite bat and then shave it or roll it. That's all bullshit, if you ask me. I don't think anyone should be doing that. If you can't hit a frickin' ball coming at you 7-8 miles an hour and in an arc with a composite made bat stock, then you gotta get out of the game, okay? Because all you're doing is putting everyone else in the field in danger. You're giving your teammates a bad name. You're putting a pitcher who's 55 feet away from you in the line of danger. And if your ego requires you to do something like that, go take up fucking sewing or something, but don't do this, okay? Because it's not for you. All right. With that being said, our first tournament right now is scheduled for March 27th. That may change. We are working on some things right now with Metro Long Island, MetroLongIslandUtrip.com. I'll add that link to this podcast as well. But I look forward to really seeing with you guys. Give me some feedback. Again, everything's first take. Don't tell me to edit it because I'm not. All right. When my boys here, Phil, we're going to be discussing upcoming season and some of the fundraiser stuff we did for 2009 going into 2010. All right, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, thank you for watching, and look for more of these. Thank you.